Hi everyone, it's Kimberly here again, and welcome back to my channel Transformations. I wanted to talk about twin flames today and your life's purpose. So, I've had a lot of questions lately as to what, twin flames are, and my videos are geared towards those who are already in a twin flame experience or in a knowing of that process. There are some great teachers online who will depict what a twin flame connection is. If you don't know already, you can Google a great person that is on YouTube and also has her own website. It's Allison Lassard, and she does a great, she has a guidebook, like a free 25-page guidebook and YouTube videos that explain what it is. But I speak more to those that are already in a twin flame, connection, have already met their twin, and are possibly going through a separation phase or looking to come back into union or hoping to come back into union. And I really just, to be honest with you all, I had gone through much soul coaching in my life as a result of, just healing old wounds and relationships that sort of cracked me open and led me to do my work. And as my experience progressed, I always thought that maybe one day I would move towards doing the same thing, which would be helping others, guiding others in relationships, or, some sort of a soul coaching. I've always been an empath in sort of an intuitive way, very clear, voyant, a little bit of clairaudience, but not very well developed. Like, it's always been present in my life. So I want to talk about your true gifts, because when I met my twin, I had always had this feeling like I was called to do some sort of a healing or something with relationships, something in the soul coaching realm. But I've been very focused on pretty much two careers. My career that I have that, I really make a living with, and then some creative ventures that I've been occupied with for about 3 years. And I have been extremely absorbed in those creative ventures. So much so that I think my personal life suffered. And so when I met my twin, he challenged me, and you may have had this experience as well. He second guessed what I was doing, and it really triggered me in a negative way. And not because he didn't believe in me, but because I think he was sensing there was some sort of like a false identity that I had with these creative projects I was developing. So, the hindsight of it is we are in a separation phase right now. And the great part of this whole process, as painful as it has been, is that the beauty in it is I have stepped away from those projects. And I have stepped back into my power, which very much was clouded as I was chasing after, things. And if these projects are going to come into alignment, there is a lot that I needed to focus on within myself to make it happen. And my twin was a mirror and a catalyst for me to step back into my power, get back into alignment. I didn't really realize, but I wasn't enjoying life for all those years. I had been so steadfast and focused on what I was doing, and only was looking at like the end result and, enjoying some of the process, but foregoing like, the important things that I've always valued as important. So of course my twin triggered that in me as the biggest mirror. And, of course, it caused pause in me, and I took a step back to look at myself. And now that I've stepped away, this has been a welcome reprieve, because what's happened is my third eye has opened in an incredible way. Like, I've been full on doing readings, psychic readings. I have been channeling in the past, especially in the past several weeks, as I've tapped into a higher place with my twin and really reached into that 5D realm. So I've tapped into this soul connection and really understood and understand what it is. My healing abilities, my psychic abilities, my getting in my power center has made these things just go whoosh and just open wide up. So the things that I was sort of thinking about doing with my life in the past, in terms of, it was just a thought. Like, maybe someday I'll like be coaching people, or using my experiences through relationships to help people. But the twin flame experience has broadened this very rapidly for me. And we held a conference call last Thursday. It was like a support group for twin flames, and at least I think everyone on the call sort of has had the same awakening to some extent. And healers and psychic and the seers, the healers, the visionaries, the creatives, everything is coming. And so what I want to say is that this experience will, if you allow it to, will put you on the most authentic path for yourself. And so you just have to allow it to guide you. And this is why I've received a lot of feedback that I haven't really intended or had any outcome for these videos. And I'm really humbled by, just how many people have been watching them. And thank you so much. And I really do appreciate that. But, some feedback that I did receive was that that there is, this, that, I'm not in an egocentric place when I'm talking about my own experience. And it's because although I am in pain myself, and I'm normal and human, and I have processing that I need to do. But it's just, for the most part, like, this has been a beautiful experience for me. And this is what it's about, because it's calling me into my power center, calling me into, these gifts that were underdeveloped and just kind of, they were just there. I wouldn't say that they were dormant. They just, weren't being utilized to their fullest potential, or explored, or opened to their fullest potential. So if you have a gift, like healing, or wanting to help others, or, and bear with me, because I actually do marketing work for a living, but I'm not ready to fully put a brand to what I'm doing, or any sort of monetary value or anything like that. Like, I just am really fascinated by how things are opening and how an audience is building here. And I'm so humbled to connect with all of you. And I hope that you can find the beauty in your twin flame process, because I know the separation is very hard and heartaching, but there's also a reason for it. You're not in union with your twin for a reason, and it's so that you could do your healing work and your shadow work, and and fine tune yourself as you're awakening to your life's purpose, your soul purpose. And your twin, if you're truly in a twin connection, your twin is growing right now rapidly too. There might be an internalization of that growth, and not so much of a communication, but it's happening. They're going through internal struggles, growth, finding clarity, trying to find clarity, struggling to find clarity, finding clarity, and then trying to figure out how to manifest what they want. Because I think a lot of our twins do know that they do want to physically be with us in this lifetime and this 3D reality. But what you have to remember is, this could take a lot of time, or it may not be meant to be in this lifetime the way that you think that it will. And or it may, or you may be destined to do your higher calling along with your twin. But no matter what, the work that you're both doing is so important to humanity, to consciousness. And this is why it's so important. You're like, literally like raising the bar. And you will feel it. Like once you get on your purpose and into your power center, you'll feel like, is this me? You're going to go, this is how I feel right now. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. And it's just, I feel like, is this me? Because it's always been there, but then you just like come into it. And it's a lot of information. Like there's a lot of learning that's happening right now for me also. And that's part of the reason why I'm not ready to turn this into anything quite yet. But I feel the shift happening. I feel the opening of how the universe is guiding me to somehow integrate this experience into a higher calling. And it's not what I was setting out to do exactly, and all those other things, the desires in your heart are there for a reason. But it could be that your higher calling has something to do in the healing arts, or in something that you didn't originally set out to do or intend. And you need to be open and receptive to all of those things, because learning, beauty, and expansion comes with that territory. So just one more thing I wanted to say is, today I also, I talked about taking a step away from those creative projects. It's also important to take a step away from your twin flame work, from the, for me, I've had different practices that have grounded me each and every day that help get me through this process, which are, doing tarot cards and, picking, cards and lighting candles each day and having meditation time and, burning sage and, and doing past life regressions, going to workshops and, all this stuff. And it's very fun and invigorating, but it's also can really take a lot of your energy. And I just want to remind you to take a step away, like whatever environment you're doing your work in, whether it's like Googling at the computer, watching YouTube, meditating in your room, in your house, wherever. Leave your house, leave your room, go do something, go explore something new. Today I went and I had a massage. It wasn't extravagant. I had a massage. It made me feel good. And I let all the thoughts go. And you have to give back to yourself and your body. If you're truly doing all this work, your mind's going to be tired and you're going to need a rest from it all. And I think that, self-care, anything, if you can just go treat yourself to something, or a class, or, something like a yoga class or a massage, or, something like a crystal or, a necklace or something that's meaningful to you that gets you out there into the world and, and not thinking about this and just really putting the energy back to you. This is also a good time to take a vacation. I don't mean an elaborate, crazy vacation unless you already have one planned, but, a night away, or I think many people that I've spoken with and heard from, they're really caught in this thinking mode. And, perspective really helps in the twin flame process. So if you can pull yourself out for a little bit and then come back to it, you'll come back fresher. And don't be afraid to do that, and to recognize that if you've been spending too much time in your head and in your spiritual practices doing this, you do need a break too. You need a break. Go to the beach. Go, it's summer, go, just just walk away from your immediate environment where you do all this. Also, it's a good time to redecorate. I just moved all of my furniture around post twin flame separation phase, and it helped because it changed up the energy in my home environment, and it's that energetic shift that makes, it does make you feel like you're in a new phase. You are in a new phase. Now I'm in my growth phase, my meditation phase. I have a little meditation corner. Like that's that I've carved out for myself. So it doesn't feel like when my twin used to come to my house. It feels different, and I assume that as I get to the next phase, I'll want to make another shift too, so that the energy feels different. So it's important that you pay attention to these things just as much as you're paying attention to what's going on in your head and your emotions and your heart. So that's all I'll say for now. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. If you have questions or comments, please email me, transformationscavecod@gmail.com. We'll be having another conference call this Thursday. I believe I'm going to do it at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And email me if you'd like a link to the call. And I will talk with you all soon. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.